and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tayana and I run the blog livingsimpleathome.com. In today's video I wanted to share with you how you can sew a waist apron. To complete this project you will need your sewing machine, a metre of fabric, a button, thread, fabric marker, a pair of scissors, a seam ripper, tape measure and pins. We're going to start by getting the measurements for the apron front piece. Start by taking your hip to hip measurements, doubling this measurement and adding half an inch to each side for seam allowance. Follow the formula on the screen. Once you have worked out the width of your apron front piece, next decide what length you would like the apron to be. This pattern will work for any length. I made the length of my apron 12 inches long plus seam allowance for hemming the bottom, so the total measurement for the length of my waist apron was 12.5 inches. Cut out the waistband. The width of the waistband is 4 inches, which includes seam allowance. Because the apron is fitted, to get the total length you will first need to take your waist measurements, then add 2 inches to this measurement to allow room for the button and buttonhole. Once you have all the pattern pieces cut out, start gathering the apron front. You can do this by setting your sewing machine to its longest stitch length and stitching 2 rows of gathering stitches along the top edge of the fabric. Leave enough thread on either side of the apron to use for gathering the fabric. Pull the loose thread to gather the apron front piece until it is the length of your hip to hip measurement. Fold both sides of the apron front piece 1/4 of an inch and then another 1/4 of an inch to hide the raw seam. Iron flat and pin in place if you need to. Stitch these in place with your sewing machine set to a regular stitch length. Fold the bottom of the apron raw edge over 1/4 of an inch and then 1/4 of an inch again. Iron flat and pin in place if you need to. Finally, hem the bottom of the apron. Fold the long sides of the waistband over 1/4 of an inch and iron flat. Fold the short sides of the waistband over 1/4 of an inch and iron flat. Fold the entire waistband in half wrong sides facing and iron flat. Pin in place if you need to. Stitch in place the short sides and the long side of the waistband that is closed. Do not stitch close the opening side of the waistband. Mark the length of your button and stitch the buttonhole onto the right side of the waistband or whichever side that you prefer. Mark the centre of the apron front piece and the centre of the apron waistband. Place the open side of the waistband on the top raw edge of the apron front, right sides facing. Pin this in place with the centre markings in line with each other. Stitch the entire length of the waistband. Remove the visible gathering stitches with a seam ripper. Hand stitch the button in place onto the opposite side of the waistband that you stitched the buttonhole on. Open the buttonhole using a seam ripper. Carefully do this to avoid cutting through a thread.